LMP2 series. Tonight I am joined by...
Hello. Sorry about that. Oh, is anyone at... Never mind, sorry.
1 minute, why is this not gone into the chat yet? Yeah, so tonight we have got Cadwell joining us for the stream instead of who do we have last week? All Stars. We had All Stars last week. Yeah, I think. Okay, so don't worry, that's sorted. Tonight we have got, well, we got Cadwell doing the being the director for tonight, so he'll have to flick through the sides when we need them. But we're currently going to ride with Reezy Real on his outlap. As we just watch him go round, I'm going to get the championship stand-ins up. Yeah. Club under club series. There we go. Under club series. Okay, stand-ins. We have got Cashnit leading the way on 60 points. We got Sig in second with 46 points. We've got Forelli in third with 46. Nico with 33. Flip with 24. Lonely with 24, Reezy Real with 18, Kryptonite in 8th with 18, ID Forgets in 9th with 12, Matteo 10th with 12, Hijacker of Sweden on 10 points, Mark on 9 points, Endex on 9 points, Suki on 7 points, and Fly High on 2 points. I think Suki actually isn't here tonight. We've got her reserve. We've got a reserve tonight. I don't know if you want to slide through to find out who that was. I think that's... Keep going through.
Any of these?
It was into Sector WAW. Okay, so we'll go back to Cashnit now. If you want, go back to Cashnit. Who's just lost it.
Yeah, the same place I always lose it, at that corner.
As I also give you the championship stand-ins, the drivers, the team stand-ins. We have got a Ferrari beating, which is Forelli and Cashnit leading away on 106 points. Then we got Extra Protection Durex team in second, which is Nico and Sig on 79. Project Speed, Kryptonite and Flip on 42. Lonely and Markio on 33. My standings have disappeared. Uh-oh. We've got a problem. My standings have decided to kill it themselves. Club series, there we go. Okay, club series, standings, there we go. Okay, where do we get to? TPR, it's your 5th place in the standings, which is Index, Hijacker, Index, Hijacker of Sweden, and ID Forgets. Huh? Doesn't make sense. Okay, so we've got 3 drivers in that team. On 30 points, you got Reezy Real and Suki on 25 points. And Fly High and Matteo on 14 points. That was Pacific Rim Racing for Reezy Real and Suki, and FM Racing for Fly High and Matteo. I will quickly just load the stream up onto my phone. Quickly, as I'm a bit of a divvy. I forgot to do that. Gavra Racing. Live, here we go. Cool. So, is that Matteo on pole there? Apparently. Well, this is practice, isn't it? Yeah, Matteo, fastest person so far. Ooh!
Very quick at the moment though, then.
Keep in mind, this is still practice.
Yeah.
Do you want to put the splits on, by the way?
Yeah. The splits on for everyone.
There you go, that's it. Thank you. That's what I needed. So, you guys will now get to see the list of, like, drivers going through. So, Matteo fastest, Lonely in second. Oh, Sig going fastest with Matteo in a second now. Lonely third, Cashing it fourth, ID forgets fifth. So, go to Ferrelli. Yeah, Ferrelli.
Still.
I think Ferrelli and Cashnet have struggled with the setup, I think. So both lost it. Not like one apart. Do I race myself, Tom? I do race myself. I race in GT4s. I drive in the KTM Expo GT4 car. Other than that, I sometimes race people on the road. But no, Cadwell, do you race?
Not really, no. I used to, but not anymore. Really.
Yeah, this is my first season back after about 3 years away. Yeah, by the way, your voice is being shed. Just want to confirm.
Good there.
Yeah, so as we just see Interceptor just losing the back end slightly on the exit of the final corner, but he's hopefully going to do a good race for the Pacific Rim Racing team tonight as he goes on to his first flying lap, going down to turn 1, trying to get as close to those apex as possible. Don't lose the back end too much. So don't do a Sebastian Vettel and break your suspension going around this corner. Or do a Fernando Alonso and go straight into the wall. Or do a Mercedes going into the corner here. Yeah, Cadwell, I would say that there is going to be quite a few Durex jokes made by me tonight.
Alright then.
Because there's the Durex racing team.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a few jokes on about Durex a lot. So Lonely now going fastest, Flip second, Marquios third. Sig fourth, Matteo fifth. We're going to have anyone improve with 25 seconds remaining. Oh, they're cold. Ugh. Ugh. That's disgusting. My mushrooms have gone cold.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing. Probably kill me now. So if I die in the next 30 seconds, you know why. Anyway, so we're coming to the end of practice there now. So not too bad of a qualifying session from some of the guys here. Lonely being the fastest in qualifying. Nico not actually setting the lap there actually. But yeah, I think that should be probably the end of qualifying. Do you wanna ride on clip tonight? Yeah. Oh, it's a bit wet outside. So Kryptonite just coming through the last chicane, coming down through the final corner now, going down the home straight to across the line. Probably not a quick lap because that looked quite slow in the final sector. Yeah, yes, it was a lot. That's 9 seconds off the pace, so that was just a warm lap. But your results for practice are... Wait, actually, we won't say that yet because we got to wait for the last car to come around the corner, final corner, which is, I think, Sig maybe. No, okay, and they're going in the pits. Okay, it's going in the pits. Okay, so the results are Lonely taking taking the fastest lap there in free practice. We got Sig in second with a 1:32.4. Flip with a 1:32.47. Marquios with a 1:32.8. Cashnit with a 1:32.87. Matteo with a 1:32.9. Freddy with a 1:33.5. ID with a 1:34.9. Reese Real with a 1:35.2, I think. As all these guys will now go down the pit lane to start the qualifying session. And we got one of the yellow cars. I don't know who that is. That would have been Marquios weaving down the pit lane.
That's a bit drastic, really. I would say.
I do that sometimes, to be honest. But yeah, so we've got 12 cars currently in the race tonight. So hopefully we could have a very competitive race. Maybe we'll have to wait and find out. But then remember, guys,
we do get
it's a hour and a half race, and anything can happen. Carry on what you say.
I was just going to say, hopefully it is a competitive race today.
Yeah, it usually is with Gavra League, to be honest. Because I don't know
Always
if
is
you.
competitive.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been I've kept up with like any of the other divisions.
I watched a
any
bit
of
of
the
GT4.
series.
I watched a bit of GT4 a couple of days ago, and that was
the Zero
very
H one.
competitive.
Was it Zero H?
That one.
On Wednesday.
Yeah.
I was in that. I had a bad start. I collected GTRS going through turn 1. That was, he just came across me like the last second, and I didn't see him until I straightened up, went into him. Not too much damage, but then got taken out by a Janetta that went straight on and nearly flipped me.
God.
That's my issue. I have problems with getting flipped. I got flipped at Daytona, and I nearly got flipped at Zero H. But I pitted and ended up getting 7th place for the KTM. But for on a track that's not built for the KTMs,
That's not that good then, really.
well, no, the car wasn't built for it. Like we actually, keep in mind that the first round I done were the first round, which was Mazda Laguna, which was on the right track for the car. I spun out a couple of times and got damage at the going through. I collected Crazer at the start of it and had quite a bit of damage, and then spun it after going in the pits. I was over a minute down after coming out the pit lane, and I finished 40 seconds behind 2nd place.
Fair enough.
And I think I would have got 2nd place in that race.
It sounded like you may have. It did look like you were going to get 2nd in that one.
In Mazda Laguna, I was so tempted.
Yeah.
I was hoping I'd get in a good position, but we have to wait and see for the next few races. But unfortunately, I won't be there next week. This week, I'm away at college, and my college is nowhere near me.
Ah, fair enough.
I'm from the south, like the other side of like London, and I've got to go to Nottingham for a week.
Oh.
Yeah. As
It's
we've
quite
had
bad
our yeah, quite bad, but I get paid for it, so it's all right.
Yeah, fair enough there.
Yeah, as we've just come in through the first lap set by the guys, we've got Cashnet taking the first lap so far with a 1:32.0. We've got Lonely HLB in second with a 1:32.343. Sig in third with a 1:32.375. Ferrelli with a 1:32.462. Marcos with a 1:33.2. We've got Flip with a 1:34.558. Matteo going into seventh with a 1:35.427. Reezy Real in 8th with a 1:36.007. Kryptonite with a 1:37.087. ID Forgets, his only lap is his out lap, which was a 1:50.699. So we're still waiting for Nico and Inter to set a lap. As Cashnet goes faster, Cashnet taking the benchmark for pole to 1:31.399. Ferrelli, his teammate, currently second place, 2.25 of a second, 2.25 of a second behind. Kryptonite had gone into the pit lane. Oh, as we've had a spinner, who is that? That's gonna be Cashnet.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, it was Cashnet.
Yeah, it was.
It was Cashnet.
Must have just lost it as he came out of the corner.
So is Ferrelli's teammate? Ferrelli second? Yeah. I think Ferrelli second. Yeah, Ferrelli second. Yeah, so Ferrelli and Cashnet are teammates.
Yep.
I had a dumb blonde moment then. Ferrelli 0.3 of a second up in the second sector, which is if he finishes 0.3 of a second up, he will go to pole.
That'd be very good for him, that will.
Yeah, and this will be quite a competitive battle between the two teammates for I can't remember the name of the bloody team. Ferrari B.
Here he comes to the line and goes pole.
Wow, what a lap!
What a lap!
So we've got Ferrelli taking pole now from Cashnet. Cashnet 0.21 of a second behind. Sig in third with a 1:32.094. Nico in fourth with a 1:32.102. Lonely HLB with a 1:32.343. Marquios with a 1:32.344. Wow, so a thousandth of a second between Lonely and Matteo and Marcos. And Marquios. Flip in 7th place with a 1:32.363. Matteo in 8th with a 1:32.865. ID Forgets with a 1:33.449. Reezy Real with a 1:33.484. Kryptonite with a 1:37.0, and into Corkta with a 1:45 currently. So we got 1 minute 25 seconds remaining.
Let's look. We're now looking at hypergets.
So Pirelli still leading away. He is currently at the... No, I would count him as the second driver in the team. As Cashnit actually has like the most points currently in the championship. So gonna be racing. Excited for it. Great race, Cashnit and Pirelli starting at the... Great race equals Pirelli and Cashnit starting at the back. I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, I forget there goes a little bit wide and goes into the pits. Has Sig improved?
So let me just get my phone charged because my phone's not going to be low. My phone's going to die.
I think Sig will be one of your last drivers to finish.
No, he won't be. I don't think. I think it's going to be. It's going to be Mark or Kryptonite, I think. So Sig coming across the line to set a one. Not improvement. No improvement, I think. It might be a slight improvement. Marquios coming through into the final sector now. Actually slowing down, so he's actually not going to finish his lap. Interceptor taking over Suki for this race. He's going to come across the line to set a... Oh, it was an improvement. I didn't see how far it was an improvement by. So here is your qualifying results. Pirelli taking pole by 1.1, with a lap of 1:31.199.198. Cashnit in second with 1:31.399. Sig in second, third, I mean, with a 1:31.653. Nico, I mean, with a 1:32.1. Flip with 1:32.2. Lonely with 1:32.3. Marquios with a 1:32.344. So the two teammates point a 1,000th of a second away each other. Interceptor taking 8th place, a good qualifying position from him with a 1:32.839. Matteo with a 1:32.865. ID forgets with a 1:33.449. Reezy Real taking 11th and Kryptonite taking 12th. So we are just waiting for all the guys to ready up for us to go ready for the start of the this race. So remember, guys, this is an hour and a half long, and it's not going to be one at the start. So we've got this is the standings here. We'll flick forward and back to this like throughout the race. When we need to, about every half hour into the race or something, or 20 minutes into the race we'll do it. Half an hour into the race, whatever. So let me put my phone on mute.
About to get going in a minute.
Yes, we will be getting going in a minute.
So who do you think the favourite is then to win this, in your opinion?
To win this, I would say probably Cashnit or Pirelli. But
yeah,
I want to see like Flip or Lonely Boy or someone like that to come forward and get a good result for the team and bring back some good points. Because it would be nice to see someone other than Cashnit or Ferrelli taking pole and winning. As I think they've taken pole first and second every round and come first and second, I'm pretty sure. So we are about to go to, we're just sinking, and then we will be going to the red light. So 1, 2, 3, and we are underway. So a great start there. Ferrelli gonna be behind Cashnit. Cashnit getting a better start there. Cashnit gonna be leading the way with Sig and Nico third and fourth teammates. Side by side battling. Jordan go back a few bit of drivers as we got Lonely Boy and Marco battling, as well as a three-wide battle there. Matteo, Interceptor and Lonely going into the Mercedes crash corner. I can't remember the name. Flip making contact with Marquios, so they're going to get a slight bit of damage going throughout the race. There's a lock up just ahead of him. Flip has got Matteo behind him. Matteo, the only one of the only drivers to is a solo man in this team currently. I don't think I've actually seen his teammate race. As Matteo goes wide and cuts across the track, I'm going to go to a different view as we've had Interceptor spin it. That's a good view, I like that view. As that was Reezy Real making a dive down the inside, so Reezy Real up to 8th place. Cashnit still leading the way this lap, so he's led through the lap so far. Cashnit first, Ferrelli second, Sig third, Nico fourth, Matteo, Marquios fifth, Lonely sixth, Flip seventh, Reezy Real eighth, Matteo ninth, ID Forget 10th, Kryptonite 11th, and Interceptor 12th. So Sig currently battling with Ferrelli at the moment.
It'd be nice to see him get up and like get near the front of the field.
Yeah. It would be nice to see that. As we've had a few predictions from the guys watching the stream so far. We've got CTG, Crazer, Mr. Crazer's in the lobby, in the stream. He's got his money on Cashnit for the win. We've got Tom Brown with Cashnit as well. Billy O'Connor has got Sig to win it.
It's a prop.
So as we've got Matteo going side by side with Flip now. The Flip, yeah, Flip. Matteo, locking up there. As we've got we had Nico off there. So Marquios now into Marquios into fourth now. Lonely trying to look for a overtaking position, place for an overtake at the moment. As Reezy Real currently doing quite well for himself, currently up to 7th. I think the trip to Korea and China has done him quite well. I think it was Korea and China, one of the two. So not many battles seem to be happening other than Sig Marquios, Nico look like they're having a battle. ID Forgets and Flip so battling as well. And Kryptonite as well. Kryptonite behind his teammate, looking for a position, possibly. Sitting there. We've had 2 very good rounds so far this season from these guys, and we've got quite a few more to go. And I'm just looking forward to the 3-hour long race we've got coming up later this year, which will be great to commentate. So we are late match. But we're going on to the 4th lap now. Cashnit still leading away from Ferrelli. So Ferrelli 3 seconds behind, even though he did set pole position. Sig currently 3rd. Marquios 4th. Nico 5th. Lonely 6th. Reezy Real 7th. Matteo 8th. ID Forgets 9th. Flip 10th. Kryptonite 11th. And Interceptor 12th. So we're only what 5 minutes in. So yeah, no, we'll be fine about that for a little while. With it. Okay, Will.
Yeah. Okay. Loney's closed up to Nico.
Yep, as I'm just reading the chats, and Matty Kaki has said that Cash should be doing esports instead of doing Gav. Oh, as we've had a spin, we've had Nico lose it and Lonely up for position, and also Matteo up as a position. So looking good for them, but not good for Nico. So he's not had the best of starts so far. He's only what 6 minutes into 6 minutes and 30 seconds into this race, and Nico's lost quite a few positions so far. But yeah, no, Matty Kaki is saying that Cashnit shouldn't race him. Gavra, he's way too quick and he should be doing esports. And it's come with no offence to Gavra, but it's
I agree with that.
I agree with that, but it's more like he might do. Cashnit might do it. I don't know. I don't speak to Cashnit much. I don't think I spoke to anyone really other than Reezy Real before. Maybe Cashnit does, and this is a race league that he can do on the Friday that he isn't doing anything else.
Maybe.
Crazer coming in with the nearly 4 seconds lead from second is impressive, but Gavra rules. Lol. Yeah, it's a good league. Yeah, it's a very good league, and it does open a lot of opportunities. This league does.
Yeah, it definitely does.
There's we have seen with Evil Dragon XXL, who was a commentator. I don't know if he still is. Gavra. He went from Gavra because he used to commentate quite a lot. He's been commentating quite a while. As you might also remember him as Mr. Murray Walker impersonator for Gavra.
Yeah.
At the start of the races, he'd do the Murray Walker impression. Can no longer do it because he's got a Yeti mic. So yeah, he went from Gavra League all the way up to AOR, but it's AOR Peak Project Cars 2. But yeah, I mean, I know he races in GT3s, but I mean in commentates in the league. But no, he went to AOR and he's doing great over there. Because I've known him quite a while.
Yeah, I heard him on one of them and he was quite good at that. So
he does the he commentates GT3s, and also two of the drivers who used to be in this league have also gone with him because they are his mates. Thomas E from 2001 and Schooled 10, 18 I think it is. Both went to AOR GT3s. Ethan doing quite well in AOR, even though he He shouldn't exist on this planet, honestly. But anyway, we digress from what he's done in the past. Let's go. We're currently 10. We just about to hit 10 minutes into the race, so an hour and 20 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. Cashnet's still leading the way, nearly not even 4 seconds yet in over Pirelli. So Pirelli 0.3 of a second slower in that last lap. So also we've had Sig dropped back a few seconds. He was at a 37. So that was not a good lap from Sig there.
I really can't tell you what's wrong with Sig. I don't really know.
Oh, we've got Flip in the pit lane. Flip it's already pitting. Is Interceptor going to hit as well? Or is this good one?
There he is.
Yep, his Interceptor's carried on. So you know, he's had a few spins. Is it Flip just going to be a normal pit stop, or is it going to be a full change? Doesn't look like anything. He's nowhere near his pit box. Oh, Flip's disconnected. Flip has quit. I think Flip has left the race. Flip retires.
That's a big surprise. That is definitely a surprise.
Yes, it is.
We weren't expecting that one.
No, it wasn't. So, that isn't good.
No, it is not.
No. I'm just gonna quickly just see if Flip has said anything about the reason him leaving. As we, you can take controls of talking for a little while.
Alright. Let's have a look at second then. Pirelli, he's still 4 seconds off at the moment as he heads around trying to catch up with Kashnik at the top. Don't think he will, but he's giving it his good try there, down on his best time there. As we now head back to look at Sig, down again, but still right. I think looking very good at the moment, but is Marquis catching up? It looks like Marquis is catching on him. Then on the straights he's pulling away. Is Sig, but on the corners he's closing up, meaning he's quicker on the corners than the straights. There on that occasion, as his teammate there staying the same distance away. There they are, as it's now here is last. Last is looking like he may be lapped in the next couple of laps with his pace, but I'm definitely not too sure on that one. As we'll head back now and look at I'd Forget and see how good he can do for a lap. Let's go on board with him for a minute.
No, I'm gonna quickly go grab a drink as I forgot to grab one because I had one, but a small drink. So I will be back in a minute. So you can carry on speaking while I go grab a drink.
Alright. Yes, indeed he does. I forget the tools. Yeah. And that one. Anyone closing up on them? Not really. It's pretty much the gaps are staying the same as they were, as they have been. They're staying the same pretty much gaps here. Nobody really closing in on each other. Maybe last leader maybe closing in on last a little bit, but not by much really though, as you can say. Interceptor is our stand-in driver tonight, you can tell. Doing alright tonight, but the gap has come down from Marquis and Lonely. It has here. It's gone down from 2 seconds to 2 seconds. It's gone down from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. So something there may be happening as they head around the first sector now. Quicker first sector that time from Loney there. 0.01 up on his fastest sector time there, so not bad for him. Yeah, as they're still heading around here. Let's go back and look at the top 2 here, 5 seconds apart, and it is the same top 2 as always. Firelli and Cashnit are the same top 2 pretty much as always. They are here as they head down across the line now. They do here. The only real one that's really close to each other is the 2 teammates of Marquis and Loney. There they are. They're the only 2 who are close. As he goes quicker there, his best lap there, that was a 1:33.444. There it was. He is in with a chance here of catching his teammate up. That was nearly as quick as his lap of 1:33.3. There it was. As he heads on here, Cashnit doing slower laps than these 2, which is a surprise at this stage of the race, but still plenty of racing to go. 1 hour and 13 minutes to go, so still plenty of time to go here of the race. As we'll now look back at Nico now as he is driving around all by himself pretty much on the road. He's got nobody else with him. He has a gap of 9 seconds to the car in front, and to the car behind is a gap of 5 seconds, so not really too much of a gap, but really he's pretty much by himself on the road, just doing what he needs to do, really, stay in the position he's in. As there's another battle now which is closing up, which is I'd Forgets and Razy Real. Here they close the gap up now, they have to under a second. But it's now gone back over a second, it's now 1.2 seconds, there it is, over them 2. As they head now into corner 1 here. It's looking like these 2 here and the 2 teammates of Lonely and Marquis are the only 2 really only 2 battles we've got in this race pretty much at the moment. As all the cars head around here. There's your last on the road as he comes to the line. Will he improve? Nope, still is keeping the same laps there then. As we head back to the battle here, which is ever closing. It's never getting bigger, but it is getting progressively smaller. There they are. We'll just rely on what will happen for the rest of this race with 1 hour and 10 minutes to go. There's it will. Let's see what the gap is now. It's up now to 2 seconds, so it's now just 2 seconds the gap between I'd Forgets and Crazy. Now, but this one and Marquis are pretty much the only two that are close enough to call it a battle, I'd say.
I am back.
Alright.
I got more than just one drink. I went to get a glass of. Went to get a glass of water, and now I've got whiskey and coke.
Ah, fair enough.
Whiskey and coke, and a glass of water.
That's good though.
So yeah, we're gonna have a bit of fun with that tonight. I've actually been away from the stream for a while.
Nothing really to report really about the race.
Yeah, I tried to get Casket to ring.
Just I'd Forget and Resi are the two that are closest together on the road. The rest are just pretty much, as you know, spaced out.
Yep. Yeah, so we got Cashmit flying away at the moment.
We'll go on board for a second.
Okay, so we're going with Reezy Real going down. See, no straight. Do you know what we need?
What?
If there was a massive crash, a safety car.
Yeah. The only thing that this game doesn't have.
The thing is, you could do that. Like, you could, in theory, implement it. Like, I can see the lobby not being like full all the time. So you could just get a third driver, a third commentator that doesn't commentate in the party. You can just leave him there, and there'll be a crash, and you could just go into like the game chat or something like that and go caution, caution or something like that.
Yeah.
Safety
that would
car.
be a good idea.
Maybe like implement it into Project Cars 3 safety car.
Yeah.
I just don't think that'd be too good on like dirty lobbies.
It'd be safe to call like every lap if it was on dirty lobbies.
Yeah. You'd probably have a crash behind a safety car.
Or somebody ever taken somebody and do it behind it.
Yeah. So we've currently got there's another battle happening as well behind Reezy Real, which is the Kryptonite one.
Kryptonite. Could we ever take them? Soon.
Yeah.
I just
Passionate's not far away from them as well.
No, he's not. But I think these two will be the first two to be caught in the next couple of laps. I think they'll be caught.
Oh yeah.
It's looking like Cashne's got the gap down quite a way. There he is at the last corner now.
Yeah. I've just had a message from Crazer saying it's been mentioned for PC3 and like F1 it can be turned on and off in the lobby settings. So that's pretty good.
That would be good if it actually does happen. Anyone else?
But so if you want to show the current standings, driver roster thing that you showed at the start, there they go. So Cashnet's still leading the way with the fast lap of a 1:32.625. Freddie second with a fast lap of a 1:33.07. Sig in third with a 1:33.717. 1:33.117. Marquios with a 1:33.177. Lonely with a 1:33.444. Matteo with a 1:33.980. Nico with a 1:33.6. ID with a 1:34.5. Crazy Real with a 1:35.0. Kryptonite with a 1:38.0. Not good laps from Kryptonite, and a 1:33.9 from Intercept. So you can go back to the thing here. Cool. So no overtakes happening yet, as the Kryptonite battle still quite close. I think the Kryptonite one, yeah, Kryptonite, and the Reezy Real one's a bit closer actually.
It looks like Cash has already lapped last place.
Yeah, he has. I've taken an Interceptor. We've already got the first person in the stream realising that I've been eating this time for a little while. Oh, there's Cashin actually just locks up slightly there. But no, Crazer says like all things gaming could be changed, but the community are calling for it, especially for esports being what it is like. And I totally agree with that. Like esports, at one point, esports will be more popular than motorsport. Like IRL motorsport, it's going to be a lot higher, like prize pools. Like what is it? Rocket? Was it? I think Rocket League was quite a bit. I think CS:GO like a couple of years ago was I think $500,000 or $1 million or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
For six people receiving a part of that money, like
that's quite good.
Yeah.
I think it was like this year, like F1 was like 60,000 or something, which is quite good for F1.
Like yeah, like last, well, in 2018 we had the 2018 we had F1 esports, which was dominated by the Mercedes. Yeah. Not like they dominated the season and had their test drivers test it, use the test setups or anything. Reezy Real pitting.
Quite early on.
And yeah, Crazy has made a fair point. The difference with esports and real life racing is how accessible it is for everyone. It was a thing a couple of about I watched a video about a month or two ago, and it was saying about spotters and like sim racing and how much sim racing's changed. I think it was Dale Earnhardt Jr. actually found his spotter. His spotter he had for a long time, actually on a sim racing game in 1999. That's very
wow.
This overtakes something like that. But yeah, 1999 was when Dale Earnhardt Jr. found a sim racer. Sim racing then was different to what it is now.
It was very different back then.
Yeah, it was more. I don't know how there was sim racing back then, but.
Interceptor,
Interceptor nearly just rear ends Kryptonite there.
And here he goes on the inside.
Yep, Interceptor making an overtake for 10th place. Kryptonite and Interceptor going to go side by Kryptonite and yeah, Interceptor will go side by side all the way up there.
As he's done it there, he's done it.
Yeah, and also yeah, that's another fair point Crazy's just also made. You have to look at like the old GT. Oh, as Marquios has just gone off, I think. Oh no, that was Lonely off. Lonely's put it in the gravel.
We've got on chase cam for a second for you to see that. And now back. Now
so
he's dropped
Lonely down to 7th now.
He was 6th.
Oh, as Nico's gone into the wall.
Wow. Crazy.
I think I know the reason why. The tyres are probably going to be very warm because of this track. It's a very weird layout and it's going to ruin these tyres. As we're actually 20 laps into this race. Oh, Marquios in this. But no, yeah, as Crazy just said, the old GT Gran Turismo Sport, Gran Turismo Academy. There's the people that won it are still like in real racing like now, because it was Alex Buncombe or Chris Buncombe, one of the two, went through and got through and done it. Jan Mardenborough, who went to Formula 2, and he's now doing Nissan GT3.
Yeah, they did a thing as well where I think it was Porsche did it, where they had like Porsche racing and then somebody won a seat in Porsche or something.
Oh yeah, that was through Forza Motorsports.
Yeah,
I think that was quite recent. But like
that was
nowadays,
like 2 years ago.
Yeah. I think they've done it last year. I think Porsche done it recently as well. But like you got to look at sort of these league sort of teams. Like you got Veloce Esports, Veloce Evented are doing iRacing, they're doing Project Cars, they're doing Gran Turismo Sport, they're doing Rocket League now, they're doing F1, like all of these games, and they're just doing it to get bigger. And it's like you got like the Sauber team and all of that sort of thing. It's everyone that gets like signed into these esports teams by like major like motorsport companies like Mercedes with the Mercedes, McLaren with the McLaren Shadow. The Shadows are the esports drivers who do testing for the F1 like cars. And I can see that being so much better for these guys this year.
Yeah, it will be.
But yeah, I think sooner or later they're gonna try and I think they're gonna make it a lot more competitive for like esports. Like a lot of leagues now a lot of people are starting leagues up doing esports leagues, and they're not getting like good races in sort of thing, and it ruins the league. Whereas we've got Gavra League. Gavra League is probably one of the best running leagues around, hands down. Like other than like I'd probably say like leagues that are probably close to is probably like AOR or something like that. AOR in theory have got to be invited to. And like, at the end of the day, like AOR, you have to be invited to. Gavra, you've got to go through GT, you've got to go through the Project Cars 2 Academy, or I don't know if there is a one for GT Sport or the F1 series side of Gavra. But like, you have to do well. Like I don't know how I got in to Gavra League, like because I used to race on a controller, and I couldn't race on a controller to save my life, and that's sort of why I've got back into sim racing, because of getting back into this league, because it's such a good league.
That's good then.
But no, it's nice to see like some of the drivers that you watched. Like you tried to learn from what they done when you was like, when I was doing academy. I was watching like Suki. I was watching like quite a few other drivers, like Reezy Real, Gavra, all of that.
Yeah.
And I can see like Gavra's improved. Like Gavra was like at the back of the
Oh
pack
yeah,
most of the time when I first watched him, and now he's sort of battling
he
for
was.
race, like sort of like top place, like point positions, stuff like that. And
I
it's
remember when he first got his first podium, and some people who were actually like commentating on that race got very crazy. Were like, "Oh my god, he's got the first podium."
yeah.
I think it was Evil Dragon who was. I think it was Evil Dragon who was commentating on that.
No, that was no surprise. You can probably just tell I've taken a swig of my whiskey and coke. Whiskey and coke is just not my kind of alcohol, but it's nice. So, and we are just under 30 minutes into the race now. Cashnit still is leading the way on 23 laps as Kryptonite has spun it and nearly just collected Matteo.
As he now gets back going, but lost a lot of time. So still 5 cars haven't pitted yet, but the rest have.
Yeah. No, as
Let's
we
look at the lead.
Harem?
I said let's look at the leader.
Oh yeah, leader. Which is Cashnit. Now let's just go back to the stream because I went away from it. Yeah, the racing world has really only just seen the possibilities of online of the gaming side. Things like FIFA have been doing it for years, but only recently have there been like racing on cope. I totally agree with you, Crazy. Like, it's only just sort of become the side of like racing and sort of thing like that. Because it was we've got more games like Race Factor, R Factor. You got Race Room. You got like iRacing. iRacing is probably one of the most competitive like games you can race on and have like good battles on all the time. But like it's only just got to come around, and it's sort of we're just trying to wait for that time to get where it's like we're getting like stupid money for these races. So it'll only just laps. No, it doesn't lap actually. He's overtaken Interceptor. Interceptor's struggling maybe.
I don't know really. I think he just went a little bit wide there and let Lonely past.
Yeah. Cashnit leading the way by quite a bit now.
Anyone got a pick for the win yet? Interceptor went wide or something because he's come back into the pits now.
Yeah, Interceptor's back in the boots. So he obviously has a crash. But no, like there's a lot. It's a lot different, like sim racing to real life world racing, and I totally like see that because I have a friend who is a semi-pro racer, and he goes around with the British touring cars. If anyone knows that, he does the Janetta Juniors, and he's what 14, 15? Yeah, near 15.
Apple.
And he'll be racing around all these tracks all the time. Like he's literally he's at Donington. He was at Donington today testing, and he seems so. I think it would be a lot quicker if he done sim racing, but it's the size of like what you see of what someone who sits on a PlayStation most nights, thinking that one of his friends who does racing could improve on, not the racer actually saying he could think he'd improve. But,
I know you mean like, and some of the some of the games that they play on, like we play on here, they actually train on, like test.
Oh
on.
yeah, like
So I think it's like,
yeah, like this. iRacing, a lot of people test on that. You've got more games like F1 for like the F1 drivers. Like these games are being built for like sim racing. It's like this game was built with the help of quite a few like professional drivers, like Nicholas Hamilton, which was a really sort of mad sort of thing of getting him to work on the game. But he's got cerebral palsy, and they're sort of trying to work out with getting Nicholas Hamilton into it, and who has cerebral palsy. It's kind of good to see how they have worked around it to help people like him learn to race.
yeah, and it's like as well when you saw these 12 hours of Bathurst and saw that Lando Norris and Max Verstappen were doing it.
Yeah.
For
Okay,
iRacing.
that honestly that was pretty funny. Like they were just mucking around at the end.
Yeah.
But like that's sort of like the sort of things that I want to be seeing. And like even these guys that aren't even on the same team, they're racing in the same team in a 12-hour endurance race and having great like sort of laugh with each other. And then it gets to the racing season and they'll be totally different. Saying that, it's the first round of full racing this weekend, which is the first round of the MotoGP from Qatar. And then next week we've got the first round of the Formula 1, so you guys should be excited to see that. We're going to be going to Australia for the first round of the season, as someone just gets overtaken by Cashnit there. 2 places behind who you was watching before, so I think it might have been Reezy Real. Not Real, was it Reezy Real? No. Someone else. Go up. Marco. Might be Marco. Was it 7th? Yeah, 7th. Yeah, no second. Oh yeah, like people like F1 spend stupid money on it, on R&D sort of thing. Whereas it's coming to the days of, you think back to like the days of like Niki Lauda and James Hunt and all that. They spent so much money on parts that were might have not worked. You think of how much money they lost there, and whereas nowadays you've got all these R&D sort of things like sim racing and all that, and really hired like detailed games that are built for testing, and they can test these parts. Oh yeah, IndyCar's tomorrow, and you can watch it on F1 if you guys want to watch Sky. It's on Sky F1 if you guys want to watch that. Which I need to sort my phone out. I'm going to be watching that when I go to Nottingham on Sunday. So yeah, but like
It should be good.
yeah, it would be good actually. I can't wait to watch the first round at St. Petersburg, which is going to be good to watch Max Chilton do. But no, it's not too bad. We're 44 minutes into the race now, cashing it on his 28th lap, and nearly 29th lap now. Still leading the way from quite a bit.
And he still hasn't yet come into the pitch yet.
Yeah, these guys don't really. Pirelli and Cashnit don't really pit.
That's good. Good for them then to just stay out.
Yeah.
But if it did pit, it would spice up. It would spice it up.
I thought someone was in the wall then.
No, it just sometimes lags a bit.
Oh my god, that's so lovely. You know, like the feeling of like new carpet,
Yeah.
or like really like ragged carpet, and like you like just you have like your socks off and you just like rub your feet up and down the carpet. I'm doing that right
Yeah.
now, and it's so lovely.
So
Wait. No way have I just had a like from a racer. I just had a like of a bloody racer.
oh, who's that then?
Harry King.
Harry King.
No,
Oh yeah,
Harry
he's
King.
from
He races for Elite Motorsports in the Ginetta GT4.
yeah, Harry King. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like two of my posts.
That's good then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I come around, this like person just started in the Ginetta Juniors this year. She got somebody called Abby Pulling has just like joined that. She lives near where I live, so.
Yeah.
And into the pits now comes Sig.
Well,
And the Cashney, the top two in the pits as well. Well, there we go then. Let's see where the others are going to be coming.
Do you want to go on the chase view while Cashnit is in the pit lane to see if he actually does get a tyre change or not? Cashnit actually going now, so I don't think we're going to have a tyre change or anything.
Is he going? Oh, I have no idea what's happened there.
Oh yeah, like crazy. I totally agree. Yeah, with like money in motorsport. Like, I won't go into how much money my mate has to spend on his Ginetta on it, like to race his Ginetta. His dad pays. But
it is a crazy amount of money.
yeah, he's what 14, nearly 15. I only got to become mates with him because of like his dad owns the body company next door to me, and it's not like it's like 500 quid a race weekend. It's more of nearly 10 grand a race weekend. And he only gets what 2 races, nearly only 3 races. 8 grand a race weekend.
Like if you look at it, like when you see it on TV, the Ginetta Juniors, they get like 1 on the Saturday and 2 on Sunday, and that's it.
Oh yeah.
Which is not worth it for the money that sometimes it is, but hey.
Yeah, I totally see what you mean. And
I know what you mean.
I'm sort of just quickly checking my phone because I've just been told that Hyundai have won 2 stages of the
maybe in a minute they'll see somebody get quicker, but let's just have a look. Anyone near each other on circuit? No, nobody near each other on circuit. That's disappointment, really. Oh, I forget that, Steve. Nicholas comes out of the pits in a second. I forget. We'll have a
yeah, so we have 31 laps in. There's Nico and Kryptonite go side by side. So well, no, like Nick Hamilton actually has been racing like a long time, Matty. Like he done karting when Lewis Hamilton was doing karting, sort of thing. But he's brother of Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Isn't he still in the?
He's in
he was in.
He's in British touring cars this year, driving for Motorbase Performance, which is down the road from me, in a Ford Focus RS.
Wasn't he last year in Renault
Clios.
Clios?
Yeah. He's been in Clios for about 10
Yeah.
years, and every race he's crashed. Literally.
I remember one of the races in Renault Clio where they were in, I think it was Alton Park. They went on the second corner, and then there was a flip over last year.
Oh, that was probably Nick
I think
Hamilton.
I think it was Nick Hamilton hit into this woman driver, and she flipped over her car. Was a bit.
Wait. So we've had Matty say Nick could beat Lewis in a sim race. So why is Nick not in F1? Well, one, he has got a minor setback to his body. He has got cerebral palsy. And it's a lot harder for him to get in a car and race it with cerebral palsy than Lewis Hamilton, because there could be so much G-force and he's going to lose it quite a bit and damage himself quite easily. That's why he's not really done much single-seaters other than go-karts. Come on. He's only done go-karts. I don't know where he went to after that. I think he might have went to Ginettas and then went to Clios. Stayed in Clios for a while. And then has gone to touring cars this year. But like,
yeah, he went to Ginetta GT4, I think it was, then Clios, and then went to touring cars for like a season, and then went back to Clios again. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that is another reason. Yeah, the time it takes for Nick Hamilton to get out of a car, it's going to be a lot harder for him. Like, I follow him on Instagram, and there was a photo that was taken and put on his Instagram, and he can't even stand up straight. Like, for a photo, he's sort of angled all the time, and you try and think of how small a F1 cockpit is, and you're gonna like, it's gonna be a lot harder for him to move like his legs in a very crash that he doesn't notice. Like Billy Munger, I know personally because I used to race against him in go-karts when I was younger. And the only reason why when I used to race against him, he wasn't the best. He wasn't better than some drivers. There's a kid called Jamie Caroline who is honestly one of the best drivers around. Like I've known.
Yeah.
And he would smash Billy Munger in every race he done. Billy would be what, P3. Jamie Caroline would be in P1. And about 5 seconds, 10 seconds in the lead. And this season, he's struggling to get a race seat. And the only reason why Billy Munger's actually got a race seat this season is because of his crash. And so many people have supported him, donated money to get him back racing, and all the money he's earned from his crash has ruined his sort of life and his future life. Like, he doesn't have the actual limbs anymore. He's only got stumps on it, stumps like above and below his knee. And you think, yeah, he was close to death. He nearly died, and that was a shock for me. Even though I used to race against him, it was sort of the scariest thing for me to see. And it's more of Billy Munger the only reason why Billy Munger can race is because one, it's going to be a lot easier for him to get out of a single seater than a person with cerebral palsy. Billy Munger can jump out quicker than Lewis Hamilton could get out of a go-kart. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Fraser. That is the only reason why he is known. I knew him way before that. Like, I've known him since he was about 9 years old. And most girls and guys that I have on, that I know personally, I've only followed him recently, after his crash, because they want to sort of support him. Whereas
I remember him when he used to race as well in was it British GT4
yeah.
F4s? I mean British F4s.
Formula Fords.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Formula Fords. He was good.
And then he had his crash, and then everyone knows him now because of that.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I totally agree. Like, people know him a lot more because of his crash. Like, the money he's earned through his crash is ridiculous because, one, it's how much publicity he's got. Lewis Hamilton has only got him to the races for publicity. And honestly, the good thing about Billy Munger this year is he's going to be in the Sky F1 team this year. And that's going to earn him quite a bit of money, and it's going to help him out. But we need like drivers like I could have been karting, I could have been racing still. I could have went into racing. But the financial backing of it is so hard to get now.
Oh,
it's ridiculous. Like, it was a rough point in time for me, but it was sort of like I got my first go-kart when I was 8, and it was £2 for the go-kart alone, and I got offered Jamie Caroline's race engine because he was going up to the next category, and he wanted £2.5 for this engine, and he said it was a £2.5 engine, and he was going to offer it for me for 1.5. Yeah. And like all the parts you need neck brakes, you need race suit. Race suits are 200-300 quid a piece. Race boots, you need a helmet. You need an MSA certified lot helmet. FIA certified helmet. Gloves, you need neck braces, you need back braces. All of this, you need to keep your car maintenance, or race car maintained for it to run well. And you think like you got to think of how much money people spend. My dad was spending what, 50 quid an hour for to hire a mechanic to sort my car out. And it's sort of like, and then they like sim racing is where I would the only way of me getting back into racing is through sim racing, or sticking with my mate who races. The only way of me getting back in is same with him and trying to get into a race team with him. As I'm actually currently looking to go racing soon, but yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm looking to do a Hyundai Coupe racing. It's like one of the most competitive sort of series you can do. You have about 30 cars on the track at once.
Oh, I forget. Goes off.
Yeah, he's probably just letting past Sig, I think that was. But no, like at the end of the day, like you think of, yeah, I think it was Sig. No, was Sig? No.
Yeah, it was.
No, Sig. You think at the end of the day, like sim racing is going to be a lot. Oh yeah, sim racing is going to be a lot cheaper for a long time. And it's the only point of getting more expensive is when you're getting like the 3-piece monitor, you're getting the gaming PC, you're getting all the Elgato like game capture to record like better footage. You're gonna have like a direct wheel. You're gonna have multiple different types of wheels. You're gonna have a race. You know, the simulator like rig that's gonna have G-force. You're gonna be bumped around a load. That's like. There's a company near me called Vespro, who make really good simulators. They've got a one scale F1 car simulator for 20 grand. 20 grand for a 1 scale F1 car simulator. It's a full like like a full 4 wheels. Wings, front wing, rear wing, sort of side pods, all of it, like all of that for 20 grand. As Reese's in the pits again. And do you want to show them the boards quickly? And you read it out this time. Well, I need to take a drink.
Alright then, so Cashnit is first, and his best lap is a 1:32.6. Trellis is second with a 1:33 dead. Sigis is third with a 1:33.1. Markey is fourth with a 1:33.1. Matthew is fifth with a 1:33.9. Losey is, like you say, I don't know anyway, is with a 1:33.3. Nico is seventh with a 1:33.4 is his best. ID is eighth with a 1:34.5. Rizzy is ninth with a 1:34. Interceptions have taken him with a 1:33.9. Rizzy is 10th with a 1:34.8, and Chipper is last with a 1:36.2.
As Cashnit actually just gets a penalty as well.
Cashnit gets a penalty. I don't know what penalty he gets, but he gets a penalty.
Second.
A second penalty there. That won't really affect anything at this current stage.
Yeah. But no, we've had a couple of comments on like the stream sort of thing about racing and all of that. Let me go back to the stream.
Wow, the times are all close. Yeah, they are very close, the times of fastest laps. Because it's pretty much all in pretty much the same kind of car, so... Oh, we have a spin.
Interceptor.
So again, it's not been his day today.
No.
For the driver. As we then have Loney and Markey.
Yeah, yeah. Matty just saying about oh yeah, like Matty, yeah. Like he if he didn't have the publicity that he got given due to how what happened, he would only probably made it to what? He might have made it to Formula 3, Formula 2. That would have been it. He wouldn't have made it any higher, I don't think. Or he might have made it to Formula 1, might have been in a season and then gone. But there's drivers like Jamie Caroline who easily would have made it to F1. There's drivers like Harry King who will make it quite far. Driver called Dave, a guy called who most race his brother. His name is Dave Wooder. He was really quick, and he actually ended up quitting racing to help out the younger kids in the Ginettas. Now, so he's now a trainer for the Ginettas. And all the other sort of things, there's so many drivers that are so good, but they lose out. Drivers the good drivers will get sort of forgotten about and don't get signings, and they struggle for seasons. Whereas people that have crashes like Billy Munger has only made it how big he's made it because of his crash. And even though he's still a good driver, he won't be as good as he was before. Honestly, and also he is not the most down to earth person you can meet. I've met him you'll be like, "You're right, Billy," and he'll sort of give you a sort of a friendly sort of hug, sort of hello sort of thing. And he'll shake your hand, and he's really chatty to all his fans, and all that. Before his incident and after his incident, he's always been quite chatty. And he'll always be sort of there, sort of like talking to someone. He'll spend a lot more time with fans than most drivers. Well, the same as Jamie Caroline will. Like
where has he got now?
Jamie Caroline not got a race. He hasn't got a drive. Hasn't got a seat this year.
Wasn't it not? Was it like not last year, but the year before? He was in British Formula 3s or something. He won Formula Fords 2 years ago. Then went to Formula 3. No, he was Formula 3 2 years ago, and then last year he done the US Formula 2000 first round St. Petersburg. And then came back, and then done a few for British Formula 3 rounds. And now already this year he's done the Asian Lamborghini Super Trofeo race out at Malaysia, Sepang. But like other than that, he's struggling for a race this year, as like some people would know. And it's unfortunate, like people with that much skill are not getting spotted for these sort of things, and that's sort of why I hate how people are like sort of spotted as and I just wish like people would not use like the internet to get bigger and or be treated different to someone else because of the internet. Oh yeah, like I hope like IRL sort of like racing gets better soon. Like I hope that there's more like I hope like the W Series does well this year. The first season of W Series. I want to see some females into F1. Oh, as Lonnie goes off there. Like I want to see in 2 years to see at least 1 or 2 girls racing F1. Yeah, I would love to see that as well, but I don't think it's going to happen.
If it doesn't, it's just it's a bit like odd. Like you want to give the girl, like the female, sort of like to like achieve their goals, and it's sort of like you can't treat a female different to male on how they drive. Like I've raced against girls who are on par or better than me at racing when I was younger.
Who's the one? There's that girl in Formula 3s, British Formula 3s.
Jamie Chadwick.
That's the one, James Chadwick. She used to race in the
Janettas.
In the I don't know what it is now. Aston Martin GT4 car as well, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, she did. But like,
and she sorry, she is one of the quality racers as well.
Yeah, she's done quite well this year. I think she's got into I think she's gone past the qualifiers to the W Series this year. She's doing Formula 3 this year, I'm pretty sure. Or she's doing a different series. But
sorry.
I've met her and she's quite down to earth as well. And at the end of the day, girls are just guys with boobs, with theory, and other genitalia, but
yeah, most racers are quite down to earth, really.
Yeah, like only like few drivers that I know that aren't down to earth. And I'm always going to be a Lewis Hamilton fan, but Lewis Hamilton's not down to earth with his fans. I went to the 2015 British Grand Prix, and when I was younger, I I had a shirt made with me on it, and it was a photo of me karting, and I wanted. My dad's had it on him, and we went behind the stage where he was just on to get him to sign it. And there was two guys next to me. There was a guy on my left and there was a guy on my right. He had a photo and done a signing on for the guy on the left and the guy on the right. Totally ignored me. And I was what? 15. I was 15, 14 years old then. And he totally ignored me. Like
Jack Harvey.
It
says here Jack Harvey IOL to IndyCar. My dad knows his dad.
I don't know.
I hope something works out soon with normal racing. I hope.
Like,
I don't think that what do you call it? Esports should get bigger than it, but I think esports should keep growing, but let racing stay as it is, so that'd be bigger than esports.
Oh yeah, I can see esports getting better.
Yeah, and like in Japan, there's like a whole TV channel just for esports.
Yeah, and that's one thing I want to go to Japan for. I want to go to Japan for, like, sort of go watch like the Japanese motorsports, because Japanese motorsport is a lot different to like the UK motorsports, and the culture is totally different around motorsports. Like you got Super GT. Super GT is probably one of the biggest it's the biggest category like races in Japan, and you actually get like so much closer to their cars than you in an F1 car. And you can speak to like all of the drivers and not be ignored or sort of thing like that. And there's like you got Formula Drift, which is a worldwide thing.
That's
and
great.
It's great. That I'm planning on going to Japan for my 21st to do go-karting, the go-karting drifting. I mean, I'm gonna learn to drift in that episode. Oh, Nico just going straight on through the chicane there.
Comes to line. But yeah, like it's hopefully it gets bigger. Like DTM as well. That is like where loads of old racing drivers like Tim O'Loughlin and all that, like F1 ones, went to that, and now that's it's alright, but it only goes to certain countries. Like every year, it's been to pretty much the same countries. It's like, I know it's a German kind of thing, but could they change it up and maybe have a couple more countries into that mix? But there is there's kind.
Oh yeah.
Resi's closing. But not by much. So yeah. It's got the gap down from 6 seconds to 4 seconds, so he's pulled it down.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to do the calendar or not. The thingy signings.
You can do it this time if you want.
Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, so we've got Cashnit still leading the way with the fastest lap of a 1:32.625. Pirelli second place with a 1:30. Fastest lap of a 1:32.7. Sig with a 1:33.1. Matthew over 1:33.7. Marquez with a 1:33.1. Nico with a 1:32.7. Ivy Forgets with a 1:34.9. Lonnie with a 1:34.1. Breezy Real with a 1:34.9. 1:34.19. And Kryptonite with a 1:34.425. And Interceptor with a 1:33.921. Cashing it with a 1 second penalty. There's There you go. So we're talking about prize pools and all of that. AOR East 2019 Esports Tournament. Sign up deadline for AOR 2019 Esports Tournament ends tomorrow. £5,000 prize pool. £5,000 on a league. That's not massive.
That's not that bad, really. Like esport, like it's not actually that bad. Was it? I think it was like a couple of years ago. iRacing, like for the winner of their, I think it was their like equivalent to F1 series. They gave them like 10 grand. I think it was like. Last
Yeah, I
year
think they do it with the antifreeze. Antifreeze. I think it's it's the peak antifreeze series. I think it's called.
Yeah.
They give money to the IndyCar, the NASCAR series, and all of that.
Yeah. Because they did it once for the Formula 1 series they have on that channel,
Yeah.
and it's like they gave like 10 grand away, and the guy who won didn't realise it was that much money. He thought he was just coming into race for like £2,000. Then they were like, congratulations, you won £10,000. He's like, really?
Yeah.
Anyway, back in a second.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna carry on with the racing day. So we're gonna ride on board with Kryptonite for the time being while we don't have my ID forget. So now on board with ID forgets. Don't know if that was a change by Kryptonite or what. As a driver who's 7th place. So 13 minutes remaining, guys, and we've got yeah. Right. So we have another sip of my whiskey and coke. So we're back as Cash is actually about to go on to his 50th lap soon. So nearly 50 laps now. Cash has just hit the 50 mark. It's hard to say who I think the driver of the day is at the moment, but I've got a pretty easy pretty easy idea of who's going to be the driver of the day, but we have to wait and decide in the race, because either Cashnet and Ferrelli could have a massive crash and go right down to like quite far back, and then Sig takes the win. Like, you never know.
That still could happen. Because still got to cast a lap.
Yep. Yeah. And
Just have them.
oh, of course, like these sort of things will happen.
Nope. Are they closer? Yes, they are. So, Lonnie and Racy Wheel are closed up.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree with you, staying Cash would be driver of the day.
Yeah.
With 10 minutes to go, anything can happen, really.
then. 9 minutes and 45 seconds remaining for this race currently, and
Here's the leader.
yeah, catching it in the leader. Leading by quite a distance he is, and
there's only 3 cars on the lead lap.
yeah. But we are doing. Well, it's been a very good race so far. Catching it, leading the way from start all the way up to now. Really been second from the start, since like turn 1 basically. To this point, Sig 3rd, Matteo 4th, Marcos 5th, Nico 6th. Heidi forgets 7th, Lonnie 8th, Rishi Real 9th, Krypton 10th, and Interceptor 11th. So
Let's have a look at the second one.
So 6 minutes remaining, and Cashnit still leading the way. And, not a not bad. He's led and won every race this year. So there's not many battles currently happening.
I'm just trying to find one, really.
Yeah, there's not really many going on. There's one going down the back straight going into sector 3 now, I think.
Really?
Matteo, who's on behind Matteo? Alright, we're cashing it. Don't worry.
No, it's go early. We'll look now at the leader.
So, what is this? 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. So, about maybe 2 laps remaining after this for cashing it. Maybe 3 laps, and cashed it. 55 laps ahead. Yes, this will be the second to last lap that he's about to go on to now. Yes, it is. So this is the penultimate lap. So 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. So we've cashed it, lead the way so far from start to finish. Nice point.
That's alright. To everyone in chat. Somebody just put thanks to the commentators for their time to bring us a great race.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Yes. Thanks for that, guys. It's it'd be a bit boring if it was just someone just sitting here not talking about anything and just skipping through the slot things, or not even streaming it. It's better to get this league out a bit more and a lot more people to join it and improve, sort of get it a bit higher up now. As this league's great as it is, but hopefully we get a wider range of drivers sooner. We get more leagues around and more people here.
There is one, I think is it the sim racing system or something? They did a race and they have no commentary on theirs.
I'm not 100% sure.
There's this lower down YouTube channel was it's a YouTube channel who does, is it Ascourt, and they have no sound, they just watch some cars go on the track.
Yeah, that's sort of boring. I'd rather have that sort of commentate, having a chat about sort of the racing and stuff. One makes the racing a lot more enjoyable and stuff, but also makes it a lot sort of nicer.
This is the last lap.
Yes, this is the final lap.
You think it is anyway?
Yeah.
You could get to the line in 28 seconds, but I doubt it.
Yeah, and also I've just seen that Fraser was saying Cash looks like the Javier Renez of LMP2, the LMP2 series, and I totally agree with you. Javier in GT4s, he's so quick. He honestly is in a totally different car.
Here he comes then.
So Kashnik coming across the line to take P1 for the third time in a row. So Kashnik taking another 30 points. And Ferrelli going to be coming across the line in second, more than likely. Ferrelli will take the second place position for this race. So another good points finish for the Ferrari B team. And then next we'll have Durex #1 come across the line. The extra protection on those wheels didn't help out Nico tonight. And apparently down to 7th place. So I wonder if Kashnik's going to do a little bit of a donut session as he sometimes does. Hopefully Kashnik does. Come on, Cash. Come on, Cash. I want someone to do a donut spin. Do some donuts first. Oh, is that someone doing it? Yeah, I think that might be someone doing it back there. I think that might be Sig doing it.
We'll look in a second as I forgets comes across the line. Let's
yeah.
have a look there. Who's doing donuts then?
Sig, I think Sig is. No, not Sig. And there, I thought we were gonna hear a Durex joke. Yep, I'm always gonna make a Durex joke. But no, Nico finishing 7th for Durex Racing. So not a great result from Nico there tonight. But next week it's gonna hopefully be a better race for them. Actually, while I say about that, let me just check the race for next week, so you guys know what it is. The next round will be Monza. Oh, we're getting so much close. We're getting closer. Monza, and then we're gonna finish with Monza. Next week will be Monza, and then we have a week break. And then after that, we have Watkins Glen and Road America, Daytona Road Course, and then COTA. Then a week break again, and then we'll have 24-hour Enduro Spa, which is going to be that 3-hour endurance race. Hockenheim, we got Red Bull Ring, Hockenheim, and then Silverstone. Another week break, and then we go off to Abu Dhabi, Dubai. So the Dubai GP at night. Then we go to Zurich, and then Sakito, and then finish it off at Fuji. So yes, it has been a good stream from us tonight. The fastest lap actually going to Ferrelli there. So Ferrelli will take that onto the system and take the fastest lap. But driver of the day, I will give it to Kashnik, as he's led from start to finish as usual, and there's no disagreeing about that. But no, thank you guys so much for watching. It has been me, Ryan, and
me, Cadwell,
for round 3 of LMP2 series on the Gavra Racing channel. And I will see you guys in a week. We might see Cadwell in a week. We might see someone else. But thank you guys so much for watching.
I'll see you all on next Thursday.
Next Thursday for GT3s.
Yep.
So I will see you guys Friday. Cadwell will see you guys on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and adios.